side. And you can massage out the lower back. And we're just doing good old-fashioned mat Pilates today. So that could be kind of scary to most people, right? When you just have to use your body weight, it gets a little bit nastier. So I won't make any noises, but Chris will cry the whole time. So you're going to hug your right knee to your chest, left leg will be out straight, and you're going to go side to side. So on this, if you want to have one foot down on the ground, you can. You're just trying to stretch out those legs, stretch out those hip flexors, right? And then just feel good, of course. Right, my hips are going to be popping all over. So as you're stretching out those legs, try to be aware of that core and trying to keep that back flat to the mat. Try not to arch up that back. And we're just going side to side. It's rainy, so we'll move a little bit slower this morning for maybe like 4 minutes, and then that's about as slow as I'll let you go. So you're going to go one more to each leg, and it doesn't matter which leg. You're going to have one leg up straight. You'll grab behind the hamstring or calf, and we're going to alternate there. So if your hamstrings are feeling tight today, you can take your time. You can move a little bit slower. If you want to have one foot down on the ground, you can, right? And you're going to go side to side. I'm making Chris do Pilates today so he won't accidentally run 5 miles. That's what he did this week. I accidentally run 5 miles. I would only do that if something was chasing me, I'm pretty sure. So just nice and easy side to side. Try to keep those shoulders relaxed. You're going to go one more to each leg. And then we're going to relax those legs down. Right? And we're going to go on just to some slow bridges. So you're going to inhale in, exhale, press up, squeeze the glutes. Nice, easy inhale, coming back down. So just nice and controlled, taking your time. You're trying to stretch out the back, wake up those hamstrings and calves, right? If you're cramping up, you have not drunk enough water today. So you better make that the top of your to-do list. And if you think like, I've drunk enough water, probably not. Drink more. So just nice and easy, pressing up and down, right? You can go nice and slow. Remember, I'm gonna let you go slow for at least 4 minutes today. So that's promising. So on your next motion, you're gonna press up, you're gonna hold that bridge, and then we're gonna do just a half bridge. So you're gonna come halfway down and press back up, right? So it's not exactly a pulse because we wanna go slow, right? But you're not letting yourself relax all the way to the floor. So you wanna keep those muscles active the whole time. Chris and I matched today, so that's how you know we're legit, right? So your next motion, you're gonna press up, you're gonna hold your bridge, and we're just gonna hang tight right there. Then you're gonna bring your arms up, straight up, and we're gonna get those arms moving. So you're just gonna let your arms come wide, and then come back together. So we're just trying to open up the chest a little bit, right? Make sure our shoulders are working and grooving. And sometimes your arms just feel left out when you do bridges, right? You don't want them to feel left out. You want everything to be included. So you're gonna do 2 more. Here is 1. Here is 2. Then you're gonna have your arms up. You're just gonna bring your hands flat down to the ground and then right back up. So you're basically touching your palms to the floor and coming up. Palms to the floor and coming up. And yes, we are still holding a bridge, right? So don't be thinking like, cool, we're not holding a bridge anymore. So we got 2 more like this. Okay, so now you're gonna do the opposite of that. You're gonna come straight behind you, touch the back of your palms, or back of your hands to the floor and back. So on this, if you have really tight shoulders, it's gonna be hard for you to get those hands all the way to the floor, right? So if you can't get them all the way to the floor, that's okay. I won't yell at you. At least not yet. Maybe I'll send you an email. The subject line will be like, what's wrong with your shoulders? That's it. Okay, we got 3 more, and then we're gonna relax down from our bridge. There's 1. Here is 2. Here is 3. And we're gonna relax on down. So we gotta get our core nice and warmed up. So hands are gonna be behind our head, elbows are wide. We're gonna inhale in, exhale, crunch up, push that back down. Nice and easy back, right? So make sure that your head is resting in those hands. Try not to pull on your neck. I know it's hard not to. Right? It's hard not to just want to take control. And it's just hard to relax your neck and shoulders. Right? If you're a human, it's hard to relax your neck and shoulders. If you're a dog, I think most of the time you're just always relaxed because people are rubbing your neck and shoulders, right? They're living the good life. So it's just nice and controlled. Try to keep that chin off your chest, really focus in on that core, right? If your neck was really, really tight today and you're just thinking like, I cannot crunch, just keep your head down and work on bracing your core. Okay, we're not gonna do too many crunches today, so that's at least good, right? So we got about 10 more seconds here. And then we're gonna go into a better core bracing move. Okay, so let's do 2 more. Here's 1, here's 2, and you're gonna relax. So we're gonna build into a dead bug. So really, your main focus is keeping your lower back down and your core tight. You're gonna have your arms up straight. Your right arm's gonna come back. Left leg will come into tabletop, and you're gonna come back. So we're gonna build into this move, right? So you always have 1 foot down on the ground, right? So that's gonna help you wake up your core, right? You're getting in position, your body's getting used to it, and we're gonna step this up in just a little bit if you want to. If at any point you're like, nah, I don't wanna step it up, this is good enough, that's fine. You get to stick with whatever move feels good to you. So let's go 1 more to each side. Okay, so you have the option. You could stay right there, or you'll bring your legs up into tabletop. This time you would kick out straight and come back. So we're taking a foot up off of the floor, right? If that hurts your back, you could have 1 foot down on the ground, right? And you could still alternate here, right? Or you can go back to the first move. So it's really whatever feels good to you. But when you bring that leg out straight and your arm back, you should feel your core tighten up, right? It should automatically go, whoa, 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 we gotta protect you, right? Isn't it cool that your core can do that? It's smart enough to. Okay, so we're gonna go 1 more to each side. Okay, so you have the option. You can continue doing the tabletop version, or if you wanna step it up a notch again, you've got both legs up straight and you'll do straight arm and straight leg, okay? So you don't have to do the straight arm and straight leg, right? If you prefer to do the tabletop version we were just doing, perfect, keep doing that. Whatever you need to do. If you want a foot down on the ground, guess what? You get to put a foot down on the ground. I can't take the floor away from you, right? I don't have a button that's like, take that person's floor away. That wouldn't be very fun. If I had a button to take your floor away, whew, that'd be kind of funny, you know? So we got about 10 seconds, right? Keep going side to side here. We're gonna go 1 more each way. There's 1, here's 2. Relax, hug those knees. Just rock side to side again and massage that lower back, right? And we're gonna relax our legs down and we're gonna go back into some bridges. So what we're gonna do here, you're gonna press up into your bridge and we're gonna do our tiptoe bridges. So you're going up on both tiptoes. We're waking up our calves. We're waking up our ankles, right? So you're already in that bridge, right? We've already got that going. And with the tiptoes, you don't have to go fast. It can be at a pace that just kind of feels good to you, right? But in about 5 seconds, we're gonna stay on our tiptoes. Yay! So next one, you're gonna stay high on your tiptoes. Now you're gonna bridge up and down with your tiptoes up, right? So your hips don't have to rest on the floor, right? If you wanna come all the way down and all the way up, you can. But if you can just come as close to the floor as you can and back up, try to do that, right? And you're just pressing up and down, still staying high on those tiptoes. And if you're cramping up still, guess what you need? Water. That's right, water is the answer to everything. Okay, we got about 10 seconds here. So keep maintaining your rhythm. Doesn't mean you have to go faster. On your next bridge, you're gonna press up or you're gonna hold. You wanna try to have your hips up as high as possible and you're staying up as high as you can on those tiptoes, right? So you got 10 seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna relax your hips, relax your heels. So we are gonna be doing some core bracing today, so that's what we're getting ready for here again. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna have your right leg in tabletop, left leg is gonna stay down, and you're gonna have your hands behind your head. So as you crunch up, you're gonna lower your right foot to the ground so your toes touch the floor, your head comes down, your leg comes back to tabletop. Okay, so you crunch and lower, your head comes back, your leg comes back. So on this, it's helping us push our lower back down, right? So we're training those muscles to fire up when our legs are moving. Okay, so taking your time, your toes don't have to touch the floor, but if you can, go for it, right? So your goal is to keep that leg in tabletop the whole time, or like the tabletop position, so bent at a 90 degree, right? So if your leg was a square, it would have that little square mark in it to say, hey, that's a 90 degree, right? A little bit of math for you there today. So we got about 10 seconds here. Taking your time. It's kind of almost like you're a, what's that called? Teeter-totter almost, right? So you go up, it comes down, and then back. Seesaw, that's the word. Okay, so your next motion, you're gonna hold your crunch. You're just gonna bring that leg up and down. So holding our crunch, really, really, really push that lower back down, right? Making sure that our right leg is moving. So if your quad is burning on this, that's okay. You are using it, right? So we got 2 more. Here's 1. Here's 2. You're gonna relax. So now before we do our other side, we're gonna do a single leg bridge. You're gonna keep your right foot down. Your left leg is gonna cross over. Exhale, we'll push up. Inhale, coming back down. Right, so on this, you're gonna come down in between every single bridge. If a single leg bridge doesn't feel good to your back or your leg, you can have both feet down. I don't care, right? You gotta do what you gotta do. And I promise you, I remember we do have another side. I won't forget it. And you're thinking like, oh, she's only doing right-sided stuff today. Maybe I'll do that so then you have to, it'll be like a to be continued workout. Right side only on Tuesday, left side on Thursday. I wouldn't be able to remember that. That'd be too many days apart. So we got about 5 seconds. Doesn't even matter if I would have written it down. Do 2 more bridges here, right? So here is 1. Here is 2. We're gonna relax. Okay, so left leg isn't crossed. So now we're gonna bring our left leg into the tabletop. Our head starts down. We're gonna crunch. Our left leg comes down. Your head comes back, your leg comes up, right? So remember, you've got that seesaw action. So when you crunch up, it pushes your back down to help you lower that leg, right? And we're training those muscles. We're telling our core, hey, you better get ready to roll today, right? Because we are doing a little bit of core today, but it's good. It's not gonna be too awful. I don't think. I could be wrong though, you know? Doesn't take much. Okay, so in 5 seconds, we're gonna hold our crunch. So on this next one, let's hold our crunch. We're just moving that left leg up and down. Remember, you wanna keep it in that nice bent tabletop, right? So look at your leg. Do you have a 90-degree angle? Hopefully, right? If not, I'll yell at you. Okay, we got about 3 more here. Here's 1. Here is 2. Here is 3. You're gonna relax. So left leg is down, right leg is crossed over. We're bridging up and down. Exhale up, inhale down, right? So remember on the bridges, if a single leg doesn't feel good to you, that's fine. You could have both feet down. Otherwise, we're sticking to that left side, right? And we're still we're building from our warm up here, right? So we're getting us ready to really burn out here soon. The burnout. Maybe I'll start having burnout workouts. Doesn't that sound fun? You guys are like, I don't even know what that means. Sounds pretty evil, right? But it's good for you. Okay, you're doing a great job. You've got about 10 seconds, right? Pressing up and back, 5 seconds. So let's do 2 more. There's 1. Here's 2. You're gonna relax. All right, so what we're gonna do with today's workout, we've got a few different Pilates moves, and we're gonna start with the basic movement, and then we're gonna add to it as we go. So this first move, you're gonna have your legs in what's called Frogger. So you've got heels together, toes apart, and you have the option. You can keep your head down. If you wanna crunch with it, you can, but you're keeping your heels together as you press out, trying to squeeze your legs together, and then coming back in. Okay, so on this, if you needed to modify, you could still do it single leg. Just keep that toe turned out. But if you can have both feet up, perfect. So we got heels together, toes apart. Exhale, you're gonna push out, squeeze, inhale back. So if you have both feet up, your goal is to keep those heels together that whole time, right? That's the hard part of it, right? This is a lot of leg action, right? So it's hard to keep your legs together. You wanna try to squeeze your legs together as much as you possibly can, right? And if you're doing one leg, you keep maintaining on that one leg. I would tell you when to switch, okay? If you're doing both legs, you're just hanging out with me still. Okay, so exhale out, inhale back, right? So you're only coming to about a tabletop position, okay? So now what you're gonna do, if you're doing a single leg, you're gonna switch legs, okay? And then you're gonna add a crunch as you kick. So remember, you don't have to do the crunch if your neck hurts, but if you can, go for it, right? So you're still holding that V with your feet. Your heels are magnets and they're stuck together, right? If they come apart, we add 10 seconds. I can see your heels, you better watch out. Okay, you got 15 seconds until we add to this again. You're doing a great job, right? Crunch and kick and back, right? Taking your time, take breaks if you need it. So after this next crunch, we're gonna add to it. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna crunch and kick, your feet are gonna come apart, they're gonna come together, you come back in, right? You'll crunch and kick, you'll come wide, you'll come back, you'll come in. So when your legs are going wide, still keep those toes turned out, right, and back. If you're modifying, you can have one foot down and do the same exact motion, right? And I will tell you when to switch, I promise. Right, so the lower you kick your legs, the harder this is on the core, right? And you don't have to have your legs go as wide as possible. It can be a small motion. Whatever you need to control is perfect. Okay, you're doing a great job. Keep on breathing. Keep on rocking and rolling. And in 10 seconds, we're gonna go to our next move. So if you're modifying, that means you'll be switching legs. Okay? So on this next crunch, you're gonna crunch, keep those legs out. Now you're just gonna pulse wide. Keep your toes turned out, legs are straight. So if you were modifying, go to your other leg and just do the crunch, kick out and go wide, right? If you can have both feet up, perfect. Do what you can do, right? If you start off with both legs up and you need to modify, that's perfectly fine. This isn't easy. Okay, keep on breathing with it. Try to pulse. Keep those toes turned out. Act like you're gonna still touch those heels together, right? But it's like now they have opposing magnets, right? They don't get to touch. They're kind of kicking away. Okay, we got 10 seconds and then we're done with this frog kick move. Try to have those legs nice and straight, right? You're pulsing wide. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna relax. Okay. So now we're gonna go into some bridges here, right? To give you a little break from core. So we're gonna have our right foot down and you're gonna have your left leg up straight, right? So if it being up straight doesn't feel good, you can cross it over like we did in warm up, either way. Okay, ready? So we're just pressing up and down to start with. So exhale up, inhale back, right? Exhale up, inhale back. So taking your time, your hips get to touch the floor every single time. Remember, we are going to add to this, so don't get too crazy, right? Don't be like, huh, this is all she got? What's wrong with her? This is easy peasy, right? Nah, you know it's not gonna be easy peasy. Okay, so pressing up, dragging through that right foot. If you need to have both feet down, again, you could, right? I can't take your floor away from you. So what you're gonna do next here, we're gonna hold our bridge. You're gonna go up and down on your right tiptoe. Okay, so you're doing a single leg bridge, single leg tiptoe. So you're trying to hold into that bridge. You're staying up nice and tall, right? We're really isolating that right calf. It doesn't feel too friendly, right? So you have 15 seconds until we go to the next portion of this move, right? If you need both feet down, of course you can. You can still just focus on that right side. Okay, so now you're gonna stay high in that tiptoe. You're staying high in that bridge. You're gonna hold right here. So we got a bit of a freeze frame. You're trying to press up as high as possible, right? So just when you think you're pressing up high enough, you're not. Press up more, right? You wanna continually act like you're pushing into the floor to press up higher and higher and higher, right? That's what makes it hard. Make sure you're breathing. You have 10 seconds. We're almost there. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay, so now we're switching legs. Okay, so right leg is up. Woo, stretch out that hammy. Left leg is down. Regular bridges, up and down, right? So you can handle this. This part of it feels good. Remember, your right leg could be crossed over. And again, if you want, keep both feet down and just focus on those bridges, right? Any way you do it, it will benefit you, okay? So don't think if you modify, like, oh, no, I had to modify. You know I'm not going to make the workout easier for you, right? So you have 5 seconds. You're doing a great job. You're going to press up, we hold. Oh no, left tiptoes. Oh, my left side's so weak. This is awful. Oh no. So trying to stay on bridge, focusing on that left tiptoe. Keep breathing with it. Remember, right leg could cross over. You could even have both feet down and just focus on that left side. We have 15 seconds until we hold. Whew. My left side does not like this. Okay, you're doing a great job. Keep breathing. Keep hanging on to it. You are almost there. So now you're staying high in that tiptoe, high in that bridge. Continually press up and up and up and up off that left foot. You should be trying to raise your body up more and more and more and more and more, right? So it's not going to feel like you're moving, but you should be thinking like push, 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 push. You have 15 seconds. Keep hanging on. 10 seconds to go. Breathe with it. Keep pushing up. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Ooh-wee. Oh, thank goodness we're going back to some core work. Okay, so for this, you have 2 options. So I'm going to show you both options, then we'll get started. So don't start early. So option number 1 is you're going to have both legs up. Okay, and we'll start with our right leg would stay up. You would crunch, your left leg comes down, you'll go left elbow to your right leg, right? So your left leg would come down as you crunch over to your right, okay? That's option number 1. If both legs up feels like too much on that back, you're gonna keep your left leg down. You're just gonna crunch over to your right leg, okay? I'll show you, don't you worry, yeah, okay. So if you can, both legs will be up, right? We're gonna crunch over, left elbow to our right leg, your left leg kicks down, and you'll come back over, right? So Chris is gonna keep going there. I'm gonna show you the modifier. So your left leg is down, you're crunching over and back. So try to keep those legs as straight as you can, right? We're just sticking to that one side because I don't want you to have to think too hard. You're welcome. Or maybe I don't want to have to think too hard. I don't know. Okay, you're doing a great job. Right, crunching over and back. So we've got about 2 more to this side, and then we're gonna switch, right? Here's 1, here's 2. Okay, so when we switch now, we're gonna crunch over to our left leg. So right leg drops down, you crunch over with the right elbow and come back. Crunch over with the right elbow and come back. So remember, if you're modifying that right leg is down, your left leg is up nice and straight, you're crunching over with your left or right elbow to that left leg. Okay, so take your time, do either variation, right? I'm showing you the modifier, Chris is showing you the one with both legs up, so non-modifying, I guess, right? We'll make him suffer a little bit more. Okay, you got 10 seconds, keep on crunching over, keep on moving through. You've got 5 seconds to go, so let's do 2 more. There's 1, there's 2, you're gonna relax. Okay. So that was still fun. Now we're gonna alternate, okay? So I'm gonna show you both variations. So option number 1, if you had both legs up, you'll crunch over, kick that leg down, crunch over, kick that leg down, right? So you would just go side to side now. If you modify, you'll have one leg down, you'll crunch over, that leg comes down, you'll kick up and crunch over. Okay, we ready? And go. So you're still crunching over, kicking the opposite leg down, right? And you're going side to side. So here I am showing you both. Legs up, right? And then if you modify, you have one leg down, you crunch over, it comes down, you kick that leg up and crunch, okay? So either variation will burn you up, I promise you. Burn, 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 okay? So keep on moving through, right? Crunch and kick if you need to, or you'll have both those legs up, whatever feels better to you, right? And by better, I mean it's still gonna burn, right? Don't think I'm gonna let you get out of a burn. Okay, you got 15 seconds. You're doing a great job. And it's about to get real more fun here. Real more fun. That's proper grammar, right? 10 seconds. Side to side. Kicking and crunching. 1 more to each side. Here is 1. Coming down. 2. Coming down. You relax. And you'd wish we were done with that move, but we're not. So, option number 1 here, you've got both legs up, you're gonna crunch. You're gonna lower your legs down as far as you feel you can. You'll inhale, bring those legs up, your head comes down, right? I'm gonna show you that again. You'll crunch, you'll kick, you'll come up, you'll come down. If you're modifying, we'll have one foot down, you'll crunch, you'll lower, you'll come back, you'll come down. And I'll tell you when to switch. Right? Ready? And go. So you're gonna crunch. Those legs come down as far as you feel you can as your back stays down. They come up, your head comes down. So it's 2 movements. You crunch, you lower, you come back, you come down, right? And if you're modifying, doesn't matter which foot's down, you'll crunch, you'll lower, you'll come back, you'll come down, right? So either of these variations is gonna work your core like crazy, right? You're using your full body. Your leg is moving, right? You're crunching, we're holding our posture. Really focus on pushing that back down. Only go down as far as you feel you can, right? And on this, it's burning a lot, right? It's nasty. It's hard. Okay, take your time. Try to go nice and slow when that leg comes up, right? Don't just fling those legs up. So if you're doing one set at a time, you have 10 seconds until we switch, right? So hang on to it. Take breathers if you need to. Okay, you're gonna go ahead and switch legs if you're doing one leg at a time. If you're doing both legs, you got 30 seconds. Wah-ha-ha. Okay, taking your time. Crunch, lower, back, up, right? So I'll keep on doing that with you. Crunch, lower, right? So I'm modifying with you right here, right? And even though it's called modifying, don't convince yourself that means it's easy, right? I've been modifying this whole workout and my abs are crazy burning. Okay, taking your time. This is a hard move, right? If you can't hear Chris over here, he's breathing up a storm and it's like, oh my gosh, watch your watch, woman. That's what he said. I'm just kidding. He didn't. You got one more. And then we're gonna relax. Hug your knees, rock side to side. And then take your time. We're gonna come to the seated position. But we're not gonna sit, we're gonna do Supermans. Yes! Right? And then also I love Supermans. So we're gonna be on our stomach. Okay? So just like all of our moves, we're gonna add to this. You can even be on your elbows, stretch out your abs a little bit. That might feel kind of nice. Oh gosh. Right? It's like a six-pack just went. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're just gonna start with your basic old Superman. So we're gonna have our arms out straight, legs are out straight. You're gonna lift and squeeze, and then I want you to come all the way down. Okay, so lift and squeeze all the way down. If you want to do one side at a time, you can do opposites and do that same thing, lift and squeeze, right? So pay attention to what feels good to your lower back. Don't feel like you have to lift up all the way, right? Even if you're doing the single-sided, it still is pretty nasty. I promise, because I'm doing it too. Okay, so taking your time, right? If you want to rest your head on the floor all the way when you come down and be like, oh my God, go for it, I don't care, right? So we're gonna do one more and then we're gonna add. Okay, so here's our one, we come down. So now what we're gonna do, you're gonna lift, your arms are gonna come wide, touch your pinkies to your hips if you can, your arms come back, you come down. Lift, pinkies to hip, come back, come down, right? If you're doing the single side, it's the same thing. You just go one arm at a time, right? So you can still modify this and go side to side one at a time. Okay, so you lift, try to get those pinkies to those hips and back, or to your thighs, whatever. To your knees, I'm just kidding. You can't lift up that high, I don't think. My arms are pretty long and I don't get close to my knees, so. Okay, so you're lifting, pinkies to your thigh and back, right? Don't forget about lifting up those legs, pointing those toes and squeezing. Okay, so we got about 3 more and then we have one last move for the day, right? We're almost done already. So on this next motion, you're gonna lift, you're going pinkies to your hips. Now you're gonna pulse your arms. So a small little pulse, you want your palms facing down. It's like you're touching your pinky, 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 pink. Doesn't that feel so great? Yes, it does. So try to have your sternum facing the wall in front of you. Lift those legs up as high as you can. Point those toes, squeeze your legs. Now you're just gonna hold. Hold right there, lift up as high as you possibly can. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. There you are, great job. Now Pilates, right? You gotta be pretty tough to survive those.